Hey guys, hey, thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Going on with another discussion point here. It's all about the online marketing efforts, right? Just wanted to show you what's going on here in Denver. We've got snow and lots of it. They're saying that it's going to continue on for the next 24 hours, and well, we're in the winter wonderland, I should say. All right, so to the topic at hand. What am I bringing to you today? I want to talk about a little bit further in reference to the high income skills, and specific to what I shared last time. It was copywriting and how and why that's important for each one of us as digital entrepreneurs to make sure that we take everything into consideration, I should say. So the necessity comes about. We've got the customer to opt in, right? They've given you their name and email address. So now it's time for you to put them through your email sequence. And that's where the copywriting effort comes in place, right? You have to make sure that you put together compelling writing that's going to keep them engaged and keep them going throughout your funnel, your email sequence, I should say. So one of the mentors that we have as part of the Legendary Marketers, her name is Steph Perez, and she shared some great insight, and I was really excited to share that with you as well because it rung close to my heart. I felt like this is something that my viewers can also incorporate as part of their business. And you may know these things, right? You may already have them as part of your best practice, as part of your email sequence, but let's go through it, okay? And there might be other things. This is not an exhaustive list. This is just what Steph Perez has shared with us, and some of the good things that help us do email marketing effectively. So I've got some notes, and I'm going to reference them occasionally as I look down. So what we're looking at is, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our writing, our copywriting is effective. It brings about value to our end customer, and we make sure that they're fully engaged as we move forward, right? So copywriting that eventually will help us convert individuals out there to purchase our offer, right? Purchase our offer, be it a service or be it a product. So Steph, what she shared with us was, first and foremost, you've got their email address, right? The prospects, you've got their name, and you're sending them through this email sequence. The biggest thing that gets individuals successful with online businesses is that email sequence, because you're developing a relationship. You have to make sure that again, you're providing value. So 4 things must happen with that email. It must get delivered to the end user. It must get seen by that end user, and it's got to be read, obviously, by that individual. And then finally, within the text of your email, they should click on your affiliate link or your product page so that they can go to it, right? So those 4 things are very important. Again, the email should be delivered to them. It should be seen by them. It should be read by them, and then finally, they should be clicking on your link within that email, the body of that email. Okay. So one of the things that's first and foremost very important is to make sure you have, as part of the anatomy of the email, is that you have a good subject line. If you don't have a good subject line, there's no way that the end prospect, the end customer, is going to actually click on that, even if they may have opted in, right, to your landing page through your opt-in page at your website site perhaps. The end of it is that your subject line should be compelling enough. It should have something within that should be, one, congruent to what your offer is that they initially opted into, and that they know it's from you, right? So during what I've talked about in the previous videos is that if they opt in at your landing page, that's one thing, but then send them over to your bridge page where you'll describe that they'll be getting sequences of email going forward, within the next 7 to 10 days, because remember, more exposure actually to your product or service is what will help the end user buy. So they already know that your emails are going to be coming. So, but your subject line should show that it's from you, and it should show something relating to that product or that offer that you had already exposed to them the first time. Okay, so very important. The subject line could read something, hey, here's the information that you requested, or here's the 10 steps that I told you I'll provide for you. Okay, so a lot of good stuff. So subject line is there. So they've clicked the end users clicked into your email because they saw your subject line. It was compelling. But the next thing is to make sure that you've got your opening sentence within the first line, or it can just be one single line, which we could say something that effect, I congratulate you, and I thank you so much, or whatever it is. You want to thank the individual first and foremost for opening up your email and letting them know that the discussion to follow or the items that you can describe are really going to be of value to them. So you could put something together that could say, well, and here are the 10 steps that I wanted to share with you after you congratulate them. And then you could say, okay, let's go through each one of them in successive sentences or paragraphs. Now, this first initial email should not be lengthy. It is just like an appetizer to whet their appetite, just initially to get them going onto your successive email sequences, okay? So the opening sentence is very important. Then within the body of this first email, you want to make sure you share some sort of story. So for example, my story would be, hey, I'm a program manager. I work for a large corporation where I have done IT projects, and I'm leading IT projects at present. But I'm going towards a journey of developing a six-figure income on the side, doing online business marketing. Okay, that could be my story. And then what you want to share aside from the story is that what lesson or what lessons are you learning as you're going on this journey? So some of the lessons could be specific to that how myself, I find it very challenging when I do my work, and that in between, let's say lunchtime or early mornings or late evenings, I'm putting up videos like this, or my journey in essence, or it could be your journey, right? It could be something to describe what type of circumstances you're having, what type of lessons you're learning, and that's something for each of us to develop. So, and then lastly, after you've shared these type of lessons or your experience, if you will, you want to have a call to action on that email. Describe, okay, this is the product that I mentioned to you, and then if you click here, you can go ahead and buy it at this time. Because every email should allow the individual, the end prospect, to know that, yeah, you know what, there is a product or service that you're offering through your affiliate link, or maybe it's a direct product that you've made and it's going to be of value to them. But every exposure with every email should give the end user that opportunity to buy. And so don't leave off on that, because if you do, sometimes that leads to confusion because they've already opted in, right? And you want to make sure that you give them that opportunity to be exposed to your offer one more time. So let's recap. Okay, what we talked about is copywriting skills and how specifically these should relate to your email marketing, right? And that effective writing skills are essential as part of the copywriting, and which eventually leads to conversions. And that's what we're all looking for as online marketers. Okay, and then there's 4 things that must happen with your email once you get it to your end prospect. Number 1, it should be delivered there, obviously. If it doesn't get to them, they will never see it. And then number 2, it should be seen by them. They have to click into it. And then it should be read, as well as then they have to, they'll get the opportunity to click on your affiliate link from there, right? So, and then we talked specifically about the email itself, the anatomy of the email, that it should have a subject line that's compelling. It allows them to actually look at your offer in the first place. Even though they've opted, remember, they can still delete your email, and if it doesn't have a compelling or a very, a subject line that really gets them to open your email, right? So the opening sentence should be one that is congruent with that. It should be in reference to what your offer is. And then we talked about the story, telling a story within maybe one or two sentences, maybe three, very brief. And then talk about your lessons or experience that you've learned and how you're doing that as far as, how you're getting on with the actual product if you are going through it, which I highly recommend. If you are, let's say you are marketing a healthcare or like weight loss pills, for example. Okay, you may not be needing those, but it may help. Go through actual experience and share your experience firsthand, or maybe someone in the family or someone else that could give you their experience. A lot of times, though, and in many of these affiliate products, the affiliate products actually have first-hand experiences that you could share also. So all those things come as part of that. And then we talked about the call to action, why that's important on every email and every email sequence that you send your customer through, your prospect. You want to make sure that you tell them, okay, I've given you value, I've given you all this information, now it's time for you to take action, for you to do something. And so, all right, and that's pretty much it as far as what Steph Perez has shared with us within the Legendary Marketer, the affiliate bootcamp. In a way, essentially, it was part of the blueprint, business blueprint training, which is very important. If you get into the Legendary Marketer, you'll see that there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of training, and you could take advantage and leverage the blueprint as well. Okay, I'll go ahead and leave my link below. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below as well. Please also remember to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. I do appreciate your viewership very much. And once again, thank you so much. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.